Hello guys, as you know, my name is Sarwar Khan and you're watching Tech Badshah. Today I have come with a new tutorial which is on request tracker. Here I will be talking about how to customize request tracker and use as per your requirement. So quickly we'll jump to the session and we will start this conversation and I will take you the system and demonstrate how it works. So in the scope, I have kept the first thing is the theme. So how can you customize your theme and change the look and feel of RT? Then user management, exploring then user rights, queues and permissions, custom fields, and then we will also explore life cycles. So quickly jump to the system and I will show you how to change the theme. So I've logged in request tracker as the root user. You can also use whichever user you have. I'm using the super admin account. You can use any account that you have. Go to admin tools. Then we have option of theme. Clicking on theme now. Here, this side you can change your logo, and below you see this option. From this, you will be able to change the color of your theme, your background, your menu bar. So this is something taken care from this section. First, I will change the logo and show you how it works. So to change the logo, click on this browse button and show the logo. I'm selecting my Tech Badshah logo from the path and selecting and then click on open. So my logo is uploaded. I need to here click save. But before this, I need to change the color. So I like the green color. So if you see the whatever changes I'm making it here, the colors are reflecting in the background. But here I would have to change back to the default. But I'm doing it because by default it is changing the page color. I don't want to change the page color. I just want to change to the menu bar color. So I'm selecting here from this menu bar and I want green color. I need to make a little dark. So first selecting the color from this circle and then how dark you want. If you go here, you can see this color changes in real time. So if I make it little lighter, you'll be able to see this color is, so it's actually working on real time. I am making it more darker, slightly less, like this. Okay. And then I'm clicking on save. So if you notice, my logo is changed and basis this color which I chose from this, it got changed. So this is the way you will be able to customize is you can change the page background color, page title, content page. There are many more options, which color you want to see the buttons. Everything is here. You can explore. This is the place from where you're going to change. I'm not changing it other things because I want to see it more simple only. And from the right, this area, this is for custom CSS. Actually, these are for the advanced users. So if you are a developer or if you understand how CSS works, you will be able to customize this entire CSS look and feel manually from this section. And in case accidentally, if you're making any mistakes, you will have option to reset it. You can always click on reset to default RT theme and it will reset it for you. So this is the way it works. I'm just safer side saving it again, going back to the dashboard. And this is the way my dashboard looks like. So I've changed the logo and the color of the menu bar. Then we have user management. I'll show you how user management works, meaning how to add a new user, you may deactivate a user, delete a user. So how it works, I'll show you in this session. So to be able to do this, go to admin, users, select. So this is the way the user filters are presented here. You can directly go to a user from this section. These are number of users which I have created in the system. You can create n number of users. There are no restrictions to it. So this is the way the page looks like. be able to add a new user, you see right hand side create option. You can click on this create, or from the admin users, this menu itself, you can click on create. It works the same. So I'll just click on create, and this gives me the user form. So I will fill one form for you. So I need to create a user as Raj Sharma. So I have given the username as Raj Sharma. I'm giving a real name. Okay. You can give also a link name. See, all these fields are really not required. If you see only the username, something which is mandatory, the way the system works. And the rest of the options that you see, all fields are the good to have fields. Here you see, let this user access RT and let this user to be granted. Right. So basically, it has concept of privileged and unprivileged. So if you choose this option, the user will be considered as technician in the system. So that user, meaning in your team, there will be support department or a change management department who really works on the change, or who really comes and update the status. Or maybe if you're using it for incident reporting, where the incidents are actually handled by the team, by your support team, they have to be as privileged users. So I'm marking this as privileged user. You can put a comments about this user, a short comment. You can also give a password here, and I'm giving a password here. First, the option is for root current password, meaning I'm logged in as root. So I need to enter the current user's password, because kind of security feature we have in request router. So you give a password to the user. Simply click on create. So you see the user got created successfully. From here itself, you can go to users option and click on select, and you will be able to see the user list. So you see the user Raj Sharma got created as privileged user. So again, to be able to understand the privileged users will be the users who will be able to log in the system, who will be able to log in the system, will be able to perform actions on a ticket, to be able to update a ticket, to be able to assign a ticket, to be able to update certain fields of a ticket, mark it closed, mark it in progress. So entire life cycle, they will be able to manage it. We have a complete user matrix here. The entire user rights roles are defined, that we will explore in some time. So this is what the user management looks like. And next would be the user rights. So we'll explore user rights. We'll go to admin. We have global. Here you will see user rights. So these are the right matrix which is there. Who can do in the system what? Now these are the users who have rights in the system. Those like something already defined users, right, in the system who can access. So let's go ahead and assign rights to the user which we created it. So simply we can search the user from here and say I need to go for Raj Sharma. Select it from this auto populated list, and you will see the user Raj Sharma got selected. You can see the name here, and whichever rights that you want to give that user. Okay, so these are the sections. What I can show it to you right now, we can just log out from this user, and I can show you with Raj Sharma how the it looks like. So we'll see without rights first how the dashboard look like. So it looks like this, pretty clear. Zero tickets, zero tickets, zero tickets in all three sections. No reminders, entire list is blank. Many more rights which is given in the system, but definitely this user doesn't rights, meaning to see the certain options in the menu which I've given globally, so that people should be able to see these drop downs. However, if a new user is created, by default the user will not be able to perform any action in the system. That rights has to be assigned in the system. So for now you see everything is blank, and then the rights has to be given. I'll quickly log out from this and log in as root. Okay, so we go back to the again right section, global user rights. I need to give rights to Raj Sharma. Okay, so what exactly you want to give the rights? So general rights, I want to give this all rights to the user related to tickets. And then specifically right for staff. This is like who will be able to see the custom fields or able to make changes to the custom field. I don't want to give any rights for the article section, no assets. Okay, I'm giving modify owns owner account, meaning it should be able to change his own account, meaning his password, his other information. He can define signature, whatever options are there in the user section that user will be able to change, meaning the user preference section you can call it as. Modify a ticket, modify tickets. I mean, he will be able to modify the owners, modify topics, own a ticket, history, advanced menu, bulk update, ticket CC, steal tickets, subscribe to dashboard, take tickets, view outgoing email messages, view group dashboards, personal dashboards, view save searches, view ticket private commentary. So I'm giving the basic rights which are particular staff in the system, meaning the technician in the system should have. So I'm just simply click on save changes button and you can see these changes. What are the changes you have made? It lists here. What are the rights? So all the rights have been given to that user. We'll log out from the current root user and let's see how Raj's dashboard looks like. Oops, wrong password. I'm entering the password again. Okay, so now you see he's able to see all the tickets data here, and since he is not owning any ticket, that's why this section is blank. The other section you see all are I mean the tickets within the, which is 41 tickets in the system, and you see the queue list because I've given rights for all the queues. So this is the way the user rights management works like. Again, to be able to test it better, for example, say here this ticket, test ticket 74 number, I need to assign myself. So simply you have to click here from the take button and it will be assigned to you. I just clicked on take. The moment you click on ticket take, you can see the owner change from nobody to Raj Sharma. So this means if I go back to the dashboard, it will show me one ticket here. The 74 ticket got assigned to me. That is why it is now populating on my dashboard or Raj users dashboard. And the other feature is something we'd like to just explain you, which is seriously I loved it in RT. So for this status, so if you want to change the status, you can directly change it from here. Say I want to mark it as in progress, I change and the status changes to in progress. Similarly, if you want to mark the status as resolved, click on this pencil icon and mark the status to resolved. If you want to change the status as much more, open the ticket. You have all categorizations here. You see everything, and you can set reminders also that we will cover maybe in coming up session. So these are the changes that you have like you want to make to a ticket, the all the fields, the status, the priority, the queue, custom fields if you have any, and people like who is the requester. You want to change the owner. This section you can click on this pencil icon and change the owner. You can add vouchers. You can also change certain things related to dates, reminders. So all these options are available. You can always change it. So this is the way the right matrix works. Going back to the PPT. Now you have queues and permissions. This is very critical item here. To be able to do this, I'll have to log in as admin user. I'm just logging out and login as root. When I say admin, I'm going to say root. login as root user now. Now coming to the sections of the queues and how it manages. So if you see the queue list here, I have a change management queue, I have a data request, and I have an app support. So the queues are in the system. Those are major categories based on your usage. For example, say using it for incident management, you are using for a change management, or maybe a general ticket purpose as a query to your customer, and obviously n number of custom fields that you will be able to create it, that you can utilize. So when I say even custom fields, the custom fields may be different. So for example, for an incident management, the SLA maybe take maybe any example, the SLA may be different. Maybe incident SLA maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, but it cannot be 24 hours, it cannot be a week, and cannot be 2 days. But the other requests like change management, or maybe the request which comes about, maybe a service request, those SLAs has to be more. Maybe it can be 24 hours, it can be a 48 hours, it can be 3 days or a week. So example I give you for SLA. So any customization in terms of the SLA, in terms of any other custom fields that you're creating, that is tagged to a queue. So this is why queue is very, very important. Also, the statuses that you see here, this all statuses tagged to a queue. So it makes unique and it makes better usage, so that one status which you create, or maybe a custom field that you create, which is tagged to a queue. So every department usage and every issue that is there in the system, it has been tagged to a queue, and then it makes it unique. Now coming back to the queues, so go to admin, you see option queues, and select it from there. So this is the queue which we have in the system. By default, it gives you only one queue, which is app support, or a queue name is general. Actually, by default, you can rename it the way you want, and that's the way the usage is. So here I have three queues. I can just open one and show you the configuration. So you have to give a queue name, you have to give a description, life cycle you have to select. I have selected default which comes in the system, but I do have other life cycles which I have created it. Remember, by default it gives you only default. Okay, then you have a subject tag you can give. You can give a sort order, how you want to display it, like 1 2 3, and then reply address and a comment address. So this is the way the queue you're selecting it. Then once the queue is created, then what you can do is you can go to user rights, group rights sections. Groups maybe explode later. User rights section is there, but show you how really you can create it, a particular queue. Simply in the queue section itself, you have a create button. You can create it, give a queue name, description, select the life cycle, give a sort order, not mandatory. You can keep it 0, but it's good to see. So for example, say if I show you here, so I have 1 3 and 4. By default there is one more queue which is hidden, because that has been used for a different purpose, like workflows and approvals. So one queue is actually not listed here by default by the system itself. So that is why the numbering is like 1 3 4. Otherwise it would have been 1 2 3 4. So as of now I have 3. So if you see the sort order 100, 200, 300. So basis this only it is sorting. So the 100 is first, 200 is second, and 300 is the third one. So that's the meaning of the sort order. You fill this form and click on create button. I don't want to create it because I already have a queue set up and enough queues here to be able to demonstrate you. So going back to the page again, opening app support, and here very important thing is setting up the user rights. Okay, so we will be able to basically do a certain actions here on this particular queue. So you go to user rights section. Here as of now the user server has been given rights. So here what a user can do, and what rights for administrator, right for statuses. So all these options it is there, you can assign. The difference if you're able to make out in the user rights section and this particular section is, it is specifically to a queue. So for example, admin, If you go and global, and here if you in the user rights section, it's like manually giving a rights there, right? So you may not, if this right is given, the system gets overall global access of the system. To be able to restrict it, the better way is always tag to a queue, a particular queue and a user. So basically for this app support, I want to give rights. So I have given rights to the server Khan user, and these are the rights which I have given. Specifically, if you want to restrict that user, you can limit the particular access. So all everything is there. So this is the group rights. There are concepts of roles and group rights that we will cover into some other tutorial. We will limit to the user rights. Next is the custom fields we have. So we'll show it off how it works. So custom fields meaning we'll show it to create new ticket I'm doing. So you see this custom fields. So as of now, I have this application and category. So in my ticket, whichever is coming, I need to have this information because my manager or my department policies, I have to submit certain reports like which issues has come in which application, what are the queries received. So I have an application list here, okay, as defined as a custom field and the values and which category it is, okay. The support issue, it's a data request or it is a enhancement. So these custom fields, like you can always create it, and that is what I'm going to show you how it works. So go to admin and you have custom fields. So you see these are the custom fields which is there. Some of the custom fields which I have created, there were a few which is provided by the system itself. To be able to create a particular custom field, simply click on create button. And to be able to create a custom field, we need to complete these details. Say I can create a new field as client type. The client type can be used as, for example, say in our organization, we have products like we have internally in-house developed applications. We also have third-party vendor-based application. For tomorrow analysis purpose, or to be able to make a category or a filter in your report, you should be able to call out a report wherein it should have a column whether it is a internal or a external application. So that is what we are trying to achieve here. We can give a description like please select if internal or external. And here the something is like you have to define the type of controls that you want. What I can do is I can make as a combo box, okay, applies to ticket. And then if you want to give a hint, you can give the same hint as please select if internal or external. Validation, it should be mandatory. And you can give a hint here, okay. And you also set a default value here. So as of now I'm not selecting any, or we can also select it, but now right now I'm not keeping any default value and clicking on save. So the moment you save the changes, you will realize this values option, and then what value exactly you want to give. So again, sort is like ascending order of the numbers that you want. I can give like 100 and say internal. This is the value which will be coming in the form of drop down. I'm saying add. External. Click add. Okay. So you can see this two values got added. I'm clicking on save changes. Now, once you create a particular client type, it is client type meaning the custom field. As I said earlier or explained earlier, each custom field has to be tagged to a particular queue list or a queue. So basically, it is very important feature, and at the same time it has to be categorized where it is applicable. If you just create it, it's not going to be visible in any of your tickets or in your queues. So what you have to do is you have to go to applies to this option and then select which queue is responsible for this. So here as of now I have already selected as the application support this area. If I click this and submit, it happens that it removes it. So by default, it should come like this. Since I had already tested it, so it was coming on the top. So in this page, what you have to do is you have to select apply to, whether this particular drop down should be available at which ticket. I can say I need all and then click submit. So this particular queue will be available at all of my tickets. So for example, say if I go here and click on create new ticket, you can see the client type drop down. So if I select here, it's coming as internal or external. This is also auto populated. That means say if I say int, it automatically comes. If I say ex, it automatically comes. So it is basically if the values are like bigger, maybe 10, 15, 50. So by default, restrict to 50. So you can directly search here and autofill based on your requirements, and then fill this form. Basically, fill the values of the custom field and then go ahead and create a particular ticket. Similarly, features that we created the custom field, you can see this application category. This is something I have already created. So, I mean, you can also try with a similar custom field. Let's go back to the next topic, life cycle. Then life cycle is something we talk about like workflow of the ticket. You can see the statuses of the ticket. So I'll go and quickly show you how it works. So going to admin, life cycles, select. So if you see, you can see these are number of the life cycles which is already created in the system. By default, it comes as default and asset. Rest all these two I have created as change management and data request. You can also create your own life cycle by clicking on create button. So if you click on create, it gives you an option. So basically, you can also clone a particular life cycle. So just quickly show you how it works by giving you a few real-time examples. So if I go to dashboard and it say 4 tickets, these 4 tickets has got a particular status. You can see new. If I try to edit, it says different statuses: new, open, stalled, resolved, rejected, delete, in progress, right? So for my life cycle, I can directly click default and give a name. It will copy the exact statuses here. However, you can also click on none and set what exactly is the name of your life cycle and then start creating it. So I have already created the life cycle, so I don't want to create it one more life cycle. So what I can show is I'll simply select and show you the existing ones. For example, say I have data request. Okay, I can show you this one. It's something which I created. So when you open it, it shows this beautiful chart, or you can say the flow or transition, the way the current flow will be happening. So if you see this kind of progress, so it says requested, and then requested can be approved, approved can be in progress, and then approved can be again waiting, and again it can change to another status. Similarly, this kind of flow you'll be able to create. So if I say, for example, here, if I create a ticket, say I'm selecting as data request, and then you can see this kind of status is requested, approved, rejected, in progress, waiting on application team, and waiting on user. So these are the ones which I created manually, and this is what you're able to see it. So you can see these kind of instructions also here. Click in the open space to add a status. So for example, say I need to add a new status, simply just click here, and then it will give you a status by default, I mean automatically populating it. And if you double click on this, it will give you an option to rename it. So for example, say here I want to add a status as resolved and click on save. You can see this resolve status is there. However, this resolve status is like floating up its own. I mean, it doesn't have any connection to it. So you can see the next, click on the status text to edit the button, sorry, status. Click on click and drag the status node to change the graph layout. Click plus control on the status and drag to another add transition. So if I want to just connect, for example, see after requested, the requested status can be modified as rejected or approved. So after requested can be in progress, and in progress can mark as be resolved. So what I can do is I can just click this one and drag to the resolved. Sorry, made a mistake. To be able to delete it, you have to just select and press D button, and then particular status will be deleted. So you can see that resolved, I have just clicked and dragged it. So the resolved is like the status can be marked as requested again. And from the requested, it can be marked as resolved. I'm just doing the same thing again. Okay. Sorry, I made a mistake. My mouse got double clicked. Okay. So here also you can see that twice a row. This means this particular status will be changed opposite way also, meaning resolved can be marked as requested, requested can be marked as resolved. So I will be just marking it as save changes. Okay, so life cycle is now updated. If I click on create new ticket and try to see the queue options for data request, you can see so we were not able to see the status here after changing to data request also. Why? Because the workflow or the life cycle that is designed designed it the way we were making the flow. uh, so say if I'm saying in progress, if a ticket is in progress, after that I need to define what status has to be. So I'm just going back to the life cycles again and going to data request. We'll have to fix this problem. So for example, say if you can say in progress, something is in progress, that should be able to mark it as resolved. Okay. So what I'm doing is right now I'm just selecting it in progress and dragging, again double click. Okay. Now I can point this in progress to resolved, meaning the in progress statuses can be marked as resolved. Saving my changes. So once we save this particular life cycle, what we can do is I'll go to dashboard and see if there is any ticket. So we have data request one ticket created and which is in progress. So if I here click and you can see this now resolved is coming. If I say resolved, the ticket is now resolved. So meaning any ticket which has a status can be resolved also can be changed to requested, because that is what the flow was designed to. So this is the way the life cycle works in request tracker. By this I'm completing this tutorial. If you like, please subscribe my channel, like on YouTube, let your friends know about it. If you have any queries or suggestions, if you want to cover any feature of request tracker, any customization that you want to understand how it works, please comment it. I'll try my best to give you a response in timely manner. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.